educational innovation and reform. We have a superintendent that recognizes that we must change. We must do better in supporting our teachers. We must increase options for our parents as we demand more parental participation. We must pare down our bureaucracy so we can get more resources into our classrooms. I'd like to recognize the new leader of our public schools, a partner to all of us, who needs all of us to be successful for all of our children. Dr. Cliff Janey, thank you for your leadership. Would you please stand up? Thank you. Working with Dr. Janey, I've got another exciting acknowledgement. In 2008, we launched our Alternative High School Initiative. With support, again, this is the kind of attention that Newark is attracting, with the support, again, from national foundations, like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the Walmart Foundation and other partners like the National League of Cities. Newark became one of America's premier cities now for creating pathways for youth at risk for dropping out. Our new alternatives high schools will provide innovative educational models, and right now I want to give incredible thanks to one man who is not only the vice president of our municipal council, but who sits on the board of the National League of Cities, one of the partnering organizations. Councilman Luis Quintana, would you please be recognized? Go ahead and stand up, Louis. So I am excited, the leadership that he's provided on this critical initiative. We are also, though, looking at many ways to keep our children of every orientation, of every background, in school safely and to help them succeed. Understand something about me. I will not tolerate the harassment of any child in our city, no matter what their background or orientation. We've had too many years of challenges in working with children in our city that are gay and lesbian. So my office, working with the Newark Pride Alliance and the Hendrick Martin Institute from New York City, are starting an after-school program for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender youth. HMI has served New York's LGBT community for over 30 years, and I am proud that they are opening up an after-school center here in the city of Newark. Thank you, HMI. And now let's get it on, because I'm proud and so excited that our youth and families will have expanded opportunities for sports and recreation, open spaces, and fun. I say let's get it on because there's a guy I want to talk about right now, because we have a phenomenal county executive. He is a native son of Newark. In the past years, he has made dramatic investments in our 5 county parks and is actually developing a 2.7-acre Veterans Memorial Park here in our city. It's the first new county park in 80 years. He is restoring Newark County buildings and even building more. He is an incredible leader. I want to publicly thank him right now, Joey D. Joe DiVincenzo, would you please stand up? Another unsung hero. But I want to keep the lights on for this guy because I want to look him in the eye. You see, Joe D was a quarterback, and I'm a wide receiver. Played tight end at Stanford, not as much as tight anymore, but I played tight end. And Joe threw the ball to me, I caught it, and Joe, I got the ball now. In 2008, following your example and the challenge you set for me and the city of Newark, we announced the largest parks expansion plan in over a century in Newark. And over the last 12 months, we've been delivering on that plan. Through Green Spaces, a public-private partnership attracting new philanthropy to our city, and through partnerships ranging from the Trust for Public Land to Tiki Barber, who is helping with recreation equipment, we have started to build an even greener and more beautiful city. We identified 20 parks for rehabilitation, and 10 of those parks are now finished or almost done. And we not only have gotten that win, but we are employing Newark residents in the building process and creating apprenticeship programs for our youth in building parks so that they may learn skills and develop a career. With the county partnership and the city together with them, Newark is fast becoming one of America's more green urban centers, and we haven't stopped yet. I'm proud tonight to announce and welcome the Home Depot Foundation and Kaboom Inc. to our Parks Partnership. They have committed to building an additional new park in Newark this spring. I'm so happy for that. And further, our city is a waterfront city. I think Joe D. remembers swimming in the Passaic. My older brother, he's going to get me later. For too long, we have talked about doing a park on our river's edge, but we failed to deliver. At long last, we will create Joseph Minish Park. We will soon start and over time finish Minish, beginning with a several acre stretch of green space, and we will build a boat dock along the Passaic River so Jody and I can have a little boat race. But in truth, we have public-private partnerships driving so much of our parks, but for the larger plan to finish Minish Park, I want to give special thanks to our entire congressional delegation. Our senators, our 2 United States senators, and our other congressional leaders have for years been securing funds for this project, and so many others in our city. So much of what you see is a result of our federal partners bringing home the bacon. Here tonight, from our congressional delegation, is a man whose name is synonymous with Newark, one of the great leaders of our city, who does not get his face in the sun as much as he deserves it. I'd like to ask right now and us to give great reverence for a man who's built his life on service to Newark. Would Congressman Donald Payne please stand up? As he sits down, know this. He is a man at home who believes his responsibility is in Newark, but Newark must be a participant in a greater globe. There is no congressman in the 435-member body that is doing more for the continent of Africa than our Congressman Donald Payne. And I personally thank you for that, sir. So we know that parks add to the vitality and health of our city, but we must do more to address the growing health concerns of our citizens. In 2008, I think we all felt a tremendous blow when, as the continual demands for health care seemed to go up in our community, we also saw the closings of 2 hospitals. Averting catastrophe earlier this year, both hospital sites, thankfully, were purchased by a group of investors who will develop cutting-edge medical models to provide services focused on primary and diagnostic care in those buildings. This was not happen automatically. I want to thank tonight some of the heroes that saved those hospitals from closing and got them to open up again to provide health care services for our city. I particularly want to thank Councilman Augusto Amador and Councilman Anibal Ramos. And they had some pretty amazing wing man and a wing woman doing it as well. And I could not let this go by. They went to every meeting. They were in the grassroots fighting as well as in the State House. I want to thank Assembly members Coutinho and Ruiz as well for ensuring that our closed hospitals became health centers again. Thank you, Assembly people. The health care challenges of Newark and all American cities will continue unless we get needed federal action. This is a truth that we must accept. We watch in hope for our federal representatives and our new president to begin to tackle this problem. But again, Newark, New Jersey will not face these growing health concerns lying down. And today I want to acknowledge another win in our battle at home to create expanded health care opportunities and expanded health care justice for Newark residents. I'm truly pleased to